There is one word in your Subaru's maintenance schedule that can cost you $8,000. One word: lifetime. And the proof that it's a lie isn't buried in some forum thread. It's printed in Subaru's own manual, just not the one they handed you. If you drive a Subaru with a CVT, an Outback, a Forester, a Crosstrek, an Impreza, an Ascent, somewhere in your paperwork, it says the transmission fluid is filled for life, sealed, maintenance-free. You will never have to touch it. I spent years under these cars before I ever pointed a camera at one, and I'm going to tell you what that line actually means, because it does not mean what you think. Lifetime was never a promise about your car. It's a promise about a warranty, and the day that warranty runs out, the word lifetime quietly expires with it. Except now, the repair bill has your name on it instead of Subaru's. Here's what we're going to do. I'll show you the exact document that proves the lifetime claim is a marketing decision, not an engineering one. The same transmission in the same car with two completely different answers depending on which country you bought it in. I'll give you the real mileage number your CVT can actually go before the fluid starts destroying it from the inside. And I'll give you the 3 warning signs that tell you whether your transmission is already in trouble, even if you're sitting at 170,000 miles on the original fluid right now, watching this with a knot in your stomach. Because here's the truth most channels won't say out loud: the CVT is the smoothest part of your Subaru and the most expensive thing on it to replace. Get this right, and it outlasts the car. Get it wrong, and you don't get a warning light. You get a tow truck and a 4-figure quote. So let's start with the word itself. Let's kill the misconception immediately. When the dealer says your CVT fluid is lifetime, they're not lying to your face. They're using an industry word that means something very specific and very different from what you hear. In the trade, lifetime fluid means the life of the component, under warranty, under ideal lab conditions, not the life of the car. Not 300,000 miles. The fluid is rated to survive the period Subaru is financially on the hook for it, and not 1 mile longer. And here's the tell. Go look at your transmission. On almost every modern Subaru CVT, there is no dipstick, no tube, no handle, no way for you to pull the fluid, smell it, see its color, or check its level in your own driveway. That is not an accident of engineering. A sealed transmission with no dipstick sends the owner exactly one message: this is not yours to check. Don't look, don't think about it, just drive. But fluid doesn't care about marketing. CVT fluid is doing a brutal job. It's not just lubricating gears, it's transmitting every bit of your engine's torque through a steel chain squeezing against 2 pulleys. That fluid is the only thing standing between metal and metal. And like any oil, it breaks down with heat and time. It oxidizes, it loads up with microscopic metal, it loses the exact friction properties the pulleys depend on. So the question isn't whether it degrades. Every engineer at Subaru knows it does. The question is why one Subaru maintenance schedule admits it and another one pretends it doesn't. And that's where this stops being my opinion and becomes a document you can hold in your hand. Here's the part that should make you angry. The Subaru you're driving uses the same Lineartronic CVT, a TR580 in the 4-cylinder cars, a TR690 in the 6-cylinder and turbo cars, as the Subarus sold in Canada and Australia. Same gearbox, same fluid, same engineering team in Japan. But the maintenance schedule is not the same. In the United States, the schedule says inspect days, and for normal driving, leave it alone. Lifetime. In Canada, owners have pulled their official Subaru service schedules and found what the US book leaves out: a CVT fluid replacement listed at around 100,000 kilometers. That's roughly 60,000 miles. Australia's schedule tells the same story. Same car, same transmission. One country gets never touch it, and the others get a service interval in writing. So why would a manufacturer do that? 3 reasons, and none of them are about your engine lasting longer. First, warranty exposure. A maintenance-free transmission is a powerful selling point on the lot. It lowers the cost of ownership right when you're signing. Second, fewer scheduled dealer visits on the books during the warranty window looks good on paper. Third, the quiet one. Different markets have different regulations and different liability climates, and Subaru calibrates the maintenance language to each one. The engineering doesn't change at the border, the messaging does. And if you want the proof inside your own US manual, find the severe service schedule, the fine print column for towing, mountains, heat, heavy city traffic. Quietly listed there on many model years is a CVT fluid replacement as often as every 25,000 miles. So Subaru's own American paperwork already admits the fluid needs changing. They just filed it under a column they're betting you'll never read. A commenter on my last video said that lifetime fluid makes him angrier than anything else because it only applies to US spec cars. He's right, and once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. So if the fluid does need changing, when? Because getting that number wrong in either direction will still cost you. Go into the comments under any Subaru CVT video, and you'll watch owners fight about this exact number. One says 30,000, one says 60, one says he's at 112,000 on the original fluid, and it drives great. Who's right? They all are. And that's the part nobody explains, because CVT fluid doesn't wear out by miles. It wears out by heat cycles. Two Subarus with the same odometer can have completely different fluid. The one commuting flat highway, miles in a mild climate, is barely stressing it. The one towing a small trailer, climbing grades, crawling through stop-and-go heat, or holding 80 plus on the interstate. That fluid is cooking. One owner told me his chain stretches above 85, and he's not wrong to worry. Heat plus load is exactly what breaks the fluid down and lets the chain slip against the pulleys. So here's the number I give people, and it's the one Subaru's own severe schedule basically backs up. Change it the first time by 60,000 miles, no matter what the US book says. Then change it roughly every 30,000 after that. If you tow, climb, or sit in heat, treat 30 as your ceiling, not your target. Two rules that matter more than the interval. 1. Use the correct fluid, Subaru's high-torque CVT fluid for the cars that call for it, not a generic multi-vehicle CVT fluid off a parts store shelf. These transmissions are calibrated to a specific friction spec, and the wrong fluid causes the exact shudder people then blame on the transmission. 2. Drain and fill, don't power flush. More on that in a minute, because if you're high mileage, it's the single most important sentence in this video. Now, somebody always corrects me here, so let me beat them to it. Yes, your Subaru CVT has a warmer. It routes engine coolant through a heat exchanger to bring the fluid up to temperature and cool it under load. That's real. But a warmer manages temperature. It does nothing to stop the fluid from oxidizing and loading up with metal over tens of thousands of miles. A clean radiator doesn't make your engine oil last forever, and a CVT warmer doesn't make your CVT fluid last forever either. So that's the lie, the proof, and the number. Now let's talk about how your car tells you it's already in trouble, because it does. And most owners drive right past all three signals. Sign number 1, the shudder. You're cruising at a steady 35 to 45 miles an hour, light throttle, and you feel a faint shudder, like a rumble strip that isn't there, a quick judder through the seat. That is not your tires, and it's not the road. That's the lockup clutch, or the chain fighting for grip because the fluid has lost its friction. It's the first thing you feel and the easiest one to ignore. Don't. Sign number 2, the clunk. You shift into park, or from park into drive, and you feel a hard clunk, a delayed mechanical thud before the car engages. One owner with a 3.6R told me his car clunks hard going into park under any pressure, and the dealer told him it's normal. Here's the honest answer: a small engagement noise can be normal on the TR690. A hard clunk that's getting worse, paired with a delay before the car moves, is not. That's the transmission taking up slack it shouldn't have. Normal is the most expensive word a service writer can say to you, because it runs out the clock to the end of your warranty. Sign number 3, and this is the one that means deal with it now: the flare and the whine. You press the gas and the engine RPM jumps before the car actually accelerates. That rubber band disconnected feeling, like the engine and the wheels aren't talking. Often there's a rising whine or drone that climbs with speed. That's real slippage. The chain is no longer holding tight on the pulleys, and every mile like that grinds metal into fluid that's already too far gone to protect anything. A shudder is a warning. A flare is the transmission already failing. And here's why all three matter so much on a Subaru specifically. A CVT replacement on these cars runs $4,000 to $8,000 installed, often more than the car is worth at high mileage. A drain and fill costs $150 to $300. That is the entire argument of this video in two numbers. The fluid change is not the expense. The fluid change is what you do instead of the expense. So, the question everyone at high mileage is actually asking, and I won't dodge it. If your CVT has never had its fluid changed and you're deep into six figures, is it too late? Will changing it now actually break it? This is the most important part of the video, so listen closely. There's an old garage warning that changing fluid on a high mileage transmission kills it. Here's the truth behind the myth. The danger isn't the fresh fluid. The danger is a high pressure flush. On a neglected unit, old fluid leaves varnish and fine debris that's actually helping worn clutches and pulleys grip. Blast it all out at once and you change the friction overnight and finish off a marginal transmission. That's where the horror stories come from. So the protocol is simple and safe. Do not power flush a neglected CVT. Do a drain and fill. Pull the drain plug. Let the old fluid out by gravity. Put back the exact amount that came out with the correct high torque fluid. You're only swapping 40 to 60% at a time, which is gentle. Then drive it 20 to 30,000 miles and do it again. 2 or 3 staged drain and fills refresh the system without shocking it. If the transmission is mechanically healthy, it's the cheapest insurance you'll ever buy. If it already shudders and flares, a drain and fill might buy time, but at least now you know before it strands you. And protect yourself at the counter. Tell them drain and fill, not flush. Ask them out loud to confirm they're using Subaru's high-torque CVT fluid, and check the receipt. The wrong fluid is worse than no service at all. So here's where we landed. Lifetime is the life of the warranty, not the life of your car. The proof is Subaru's own schedule in Canada and Australia, and the severe service column hiding in your own US manual. The real number is 60,000 miles for the first change, 30 after that, sooner if you work the car. And your transmission warns you in 3 steps: shudder, clunk, flare, long before it quits, if you know how to listen. I'll be fair, Subaru builds a genuinely good CVT. This was never about Subaru being evil. It's about a question nobody answers when you sign. Who pays for this transmission after the warranty ends? For most owners, the honest answer is you do, by surprise, at the worst possible time. Now you're not surprised. Now a $300 service stands between you and an $8,000 one, and you decide on purpose. So here's what I want from you. Drop 2 things in the comments: your model and year, and the last time your CVT fluid was changed, or original if it never has been. I read them, and I'll tell you straight whether you're in the safe zone or the danger zone. And if you think the CVT is the only lifetime fluid Subaru is quietly betting, you'll ignore. Wait until you see what they say about your rear differential and your transfer case. That one's next.